Welcome back to ILTV on the Hour. We're live from Israel, bringing you the biggest headlines of the hour. I'm Hadar Goldin, and here is your roundup of the latest developments across Israel and the region. The IDF announced a short while ago that it had destroyed the tunnel shaft where Lieutenant Hadar Goldin was abducted in 2014. They made the announcement mere hours after he was laid to rest earlier today, after 11 years. Goldin, who was an officer in the IDF, was killed and taken into Gaza during the 2014 war. His remains were held for 4,118 days, and his body finally returned by Hamas this week as part of the ceasefire deal. His funeral was held this morning in Kfar Saba with thousands in attendance, including IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, who called his return home the official end of the 2014 Operation Protective Edge. Leah Goldin, Hadar's mother, eulogized her son. Let's hear what they had to say.
היום שבת אל הארץ שעליה נלחמת, אבל אנחנו נמשיך לשוב לכל מקום שבו נותרה הבטחה לא ממומשת, נמשיך לפעול עד שאחרון בנינו ישוב הביתה.
הדר, חיכינו לך 11 שנים. זה המון זמן. המון. אין לי באמת הסבר איך עשינו את זה, חוץ שבכל רגע ששקענו, היה מישהו במשפחה ואומר, היה קופץ ואומר, אבל מה הדר היה אומר? אז אנחנו פה בגלל כל מה שהשארת לנו, כל הוראות ההפעלה שלך, ומי שאתה.
May his memory be a blessing. And meanwhile, in Gaza, the United States is reportedly planning a $500 million base near Israel's Gaza border. This according to an exclusive report by Israeli website Shomrim. According to the report, which cited Israeli officials familiar with the initial plans, the facility would be used by the international forces operating inside Gaza to maintain the ceasefire and disarm Hamas, and would include several thousand troops. The report also stated that potential locations are already being scouted in the Gaza envelope. To date, only around 200 U.S. soldiers have been deployed to Israel to operate the U.S. Central Military Coordination Center, or CMCC, in Kiryat Gat. The CMCC is already in the process of taking over humanitarian aid distribution in Gaza from Israel's Kogat. And following his meeting Monday at the White House with U.S. President Donald Trump, Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara said overnight that his country will not enter direct negotiations with Israel at this time over joining the Abraham Accords. However, he did not rule out the possibility of such talks later, perhaps with U.S. assistance. Speaking from the Oval Office, U.S. President Donald Trump concluded his meeting with Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara with some positive words.
We want to see Syria become a country that's very successful, and I think this leader can do it. I really do. I think this leader can do it. And people said he's had a rough past. We've all had rough pasts, but he has had a rough past, and I think, frankly, if you didn't have a rough past, you wouldn't have a chance. He's a very strong leader. He comes from a very tough place, and he's a tough guy. I liked him. I get along with him, the new president of Syria. And we'll do everything we can to make Syria successful, because that's part of the Middle East. We have peace now in the Middle East, first time that anyone can remember that ever happening.
In our final story at this hour, a new poll released today by the Israel Democracy Institute found that 44% of Israelis believe that U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has more influence on decisions relating to Israel's security than Israel does, while 23% of Israelis say that Israel has more influence and 28% saying they have equal influence. Jerusalem has stressed it maintains full control and is working in full collaboration with the Trump administration. And that's a wrap for this hour. I'm Hadar Goldin. Thanks for watching.